Action cartoon designs for your comics. Do you want your characters to look cool, stylized, and expressive, but every time you design new ones, they keep looking stiff, overcomplicated, or boring? In this video, you'll learn to design simplified action characters that are easier to draw, easier to pose, and still hit hard on the energy and personality you want. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to break your characters into simple shapes, push their poses, and keep your design stylized, clean, and never boring. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. As always, I'm Brad, and in today's video, we're checking out that amazing Bruce Timm inspired action cartoon style. But that doesn't mean we're only looking at Timm inspired blocky superhero types. Let's also take the lessons of action cartooning and apply it to even more stylized character designs. But for me, everything begins with a sound structure, and every structure begins with shapes. And we're going to use rectangles, cubes, and cylinders to build out the basic shape of our character. And while I'm making this rough cube and cylinder character, I'm aiming for about 7 to 8 heads tall, and that'll give us the length and height of our character before tidying it up a little bit and moving on to this more cleaner mannequin figure, which is closer to the structure that we're looking for. And this rough mannequin is more traditionally proportioned, and I'm going to use it as a guide to roughly gesture out my more stylized action cartoon figure. And as you can see, I'm definitely taking some design cues and influence from Bruce Timm's work. A lot of action cartoon styles tend to lean more round and curvy in the line work. Bruce Timm's designs are no exception, but for me, I want mine to be more sharp and boxy. How you choose to design your characters is totally up to you. One thing to pay attention to is that when you're roughing out a Timm style figure like this in a standing pose, is that the character's center of gravity almost always lines up to the back heel. In fact, you could draw a straight line from the center of the head down to the back heel. And that's because these style of characters almost always have their shoulders back and their chest out in a confident and heroic stance. In fact, you'll notice this center of gravity line in almost all of Bruce Timm's standing character poses as well. Now, let's take this boxy and bald action cartoony character template and force him into an action pose. Notice how straight I'm keeping all of the rough line work. I'm creating a gesture of the pose, but with really limited line work, and obviously almost no attention to anatomy at all. The idea is just to keep it simple, and anatomy is merely implied with this style. Now, let's use this 3/4 front standing pose to work out a profile of this character. And designing a profile or a side view of your character can be extremely helpful when you're learning how your character looks and feels in a 3D space, and it will definitely help you in your posing. To do this, trace your side view over top of your 3/4 front view and just line up all of your horizontal lines, the shoulders, the jawline, the top of the head, the belt, and the feet, and you'll be able to work out the other shapes as you move along. Remember to keep your line work nice and loose, stick to the shapes, and eventually you'll have a profile that looks something like this. And if you want to download this exact template to help you work out your own designs, well then you can download that by hitting the link in the description below. And now let's move on and check out our female stylized action cartoon pose. And as always, I'll start with this basic shape mannequin, which will give me a good visual reference for how I want to set up the height, proportions, and overall shape. As for this design, I want to contrast the female characters against the male characters with more of a feminine pose and curved lines, as opposed to the male who has very sharp flat lines. And in this standing pose, I'm going to put her hand on her hip, which feels very Bruce Timm style to me. And notice how loose and flowy my gesture line work is to capture this pose. And I'm really paying attention to the proportions of my shape mannequin that I'm using as a guide. Of course, I'm tilting the hips and torso shapes to get the exact pose that I want, But having a visual aid like this shape mannequin can be extremely helpful when you're gesturing your poses and drawings. And if you're interested, you can find out everything you need to know about creating these shape mannequins for the male and female characters, and all of it is in my updated digital ebook, which you can find in the link below, which now comes with posing templates to get your characters really moving. And now I've gone ahead and I've cleaned up my rough gesture pose, and notice I've really pushed the angle of her shoulders and hips, and that gives me a really great S-curve, which you can see here. And that gives us a really aesthetic pose, especially in action cartooning, and mainly with female poses you can find this S-curve, which makes every pose more interesting. Now let's take a closer look at the design and shape of her head, which is completely unlike the typical superhero style drawing of a head or a Loomis style head. Just start with a nice round circle, find your center lines, horizontal and vertical. The horizontal line would be your brow line, and just below that will be your eye line. And from that eye line, you can extend out a nice round cheek. Her nose should line up to the bottom of the circle, and the size of the jaw should be no bigger than half of the head circle. And make sure you give her some nice big eyes, and the size is really up to you. And there you have it, a action cartoony style female head, and pretty straightforward and really forgiving in a way, because you could play with the style of it and it will look pretty cool. Now let's take this cartoony female figure and put her in a nice action pose and see how to simplify that. I start with a very scribbly gesture, really separating the upper torso and the lower hips as two different sections sort of tilted in different directions. And roughing in the upper torso and lower hips in this way as two separate shapes is a great way to begin any action pose for a female character. The arms and legs will be roughed in very loosely, keeping with the aesthetic of the straight line work, matching the style closely with the male figure. But of course, as I tidy this up, I will give her some more curved and appropriate female line work to match with the overall style. One thing I like to do when posing characters like this, especially with female characters, is no matter what pose the legs are in, I like to point her toes and her feet directly downward, almost in a dancer-like pose or an acrobat. It just gives the entire pose and figure a much more aesthetic look, I think anyway. And her cartoony action designs would look something like this. Now let's try something completely different and try to apply the same design principles to a much more cartoony character design. Now here's a couple characters I designed a very long time ago as part of a pitch for an original series back when I was in animation. The pitch didn't go anywhere, but I always really liked these characters, and I've been kind of playing with them ever since. But now let's try to use the design principles of the action cartooning Bruce Timm style and apply it to a younger teenage kind of character with more of a cartoony edge. We'll start with roughing out the girl character. I'll do a very loose gesture drawing. I'll keep her head nice, big, and round, and then break her body and torso into two distinct shapes. I'll make her upper body, torso lean and long, and then I'll tilt her hips and make them smaller but much wider. Again, starting with the torso shapes of any character is a great way to work out the rest of the proportions and overall design. And now we'll rough out the design for the boy character, again keeping the head quite large and the body quite slim, and obviously in contrast to the girl character, he will have a much thinner torso and really no hips at all. And we'll give them both long skinny legs, long arms, and big feet and big hands, because that just feels like teenagers. They're not muscular, they're not standing in overly confident poses, but you can certainly add a little attitude to their personality in the pose or in the stance. So tell me, do you need to know perfect anatomy to design really cool stylized characters? Definitely not. You can use these same design principles to create a design or look for your characters that is completely original and doesn't have to look like these Bruce Timm style or action cartoony or even these cartoony teenage characters I've designed. This is strictly my interpretation and how I want my characters to look, but you can use the same principles to create something original and awesome. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you like this video. And if you're struggling with creating your own character designs, then consider becoming a Patreon, where I'll be offering draw-overs and character redesigns of original characters created by you. My updated character design ebook is also free for members. And don't forget to download the action cartoon templates that I've created for this video, and you can find those in the link below. Thank you so much again for watching. All the best, and I will see you in the next one.